I would have made more money if I sold it for less money. Hello everybody, Drew here, tip of the Mitt Flips, where I'm a stay-at-home dad and a part-time eBay reseller. And every 1 hub subscribers there's a giveaway. So if you're watching, make sure you subscribe so you have a chance to win. I can't even believe it. This is going to be quite a ways into the future, so, you know, time is weird. But so many firsts that happened this week. First, I broke through 2,000 subs, so cool. It just keeps going. I don't know, I'm on a decent run, I guess you could say. First time I had 2 videos in the same week hit 1,000 views. Awesome. First time I had a video hit 1,000 views within the first day. Awesome. Really, it's been a long... I find that I'm shutting this door in every video. It doesn't latch and the wind blows it open, so that's just going to be a part that's in videos often. It's me talking and shutting a door. I've been putting in a lot of work for a long time, and it's feeling like it's really paying off. And so thank you to all the new subscribers. Please stick around on my journey, see how it goes. And to those who've been around, I appreciate you. I try to say it as often as I can. It is Memorial Weekend. This will come out probably quite a ways after Memorial Weekend. So I hope everyone had a great weekend. If you had to work, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I used to be that guy. I used to work every single holiday. Those were the times when I was most likely to be working. I don't have to do that anymore. So if you did, I'm sorry. Garage sales, it's hard this year. Jen and I's schedules just really don't link up great. Yesterday was Thursday. I popped to 2 of them really quick. Actually, I went to 3 and got some stuff. And then this morning before she went to work, because she goes in at 10 and most garage sales don't even start till 9. It's really, and she got to leave the house at 9:30. It's not ideal, but I'll be going out tomorrow all day. The stuff I got on Thursday, we'll just go over it real quick. And that also is not great for me filming at garage sales, because if I'm driving down the road to drop my packages off, you know, heading to wherever, the grocery store, and I see a garage sale sign, I'm turning off, I'm shopping, I'm trying to find something. I'm not going to remember having a camera all the time. But at one of them, I got, which is really cool. As I was looking at it, I said, it's like a Stretch Armstrong, but the Stretch Armstrong, his face was really like, you know, real crazy. But then I looked it up, and this is actually the original Stretch Armstrong, and the face, just the head, sells for like $24.99 free ship. At that point, I didn't keep looking. I was like, okay, well, that's worth buying. I think I paid $1 for it. Maybe. I'm not really sure. At the wholesale, I spent $19.50. I wish I would have had my camera, because I spoke with 3 or 4 people. They were really interesting. They were interested in the channel. It would have made for good content. But I almost bought all the books they had, but I was like, okay, be a little selective, Drew, a little bit. And so I bought all of these Reader's Digests of popular books, Grapes of Wrath, Scarlet Letter, so on and so forth. Individually, they don't sell for a lot of money. These are very mass-produced, very easy to come by. I'm pretty sure I have Little Women Reader's Digest up for sale right now, which if I still do, I'll pull it out and put it in and sell these as a lot. Because individually, they sell for like $6 to $10 each. Super cheap. But at 75 cents a piece, if I get $4 a piece in a lot and I sell them at one time, that's a good flip. And then these few other also just looked interesting, and they were hardcovers. But while I was there, I also got this, and this sells for, I think it was $24 plus ship, paid $1. So right here, this paid for everything plus profits. So I wasn't as selective as I could have been, and also time. Next 2 sales I went to are an issue that I see often, and that is people who don't actually want to sell their stuff. I don't get it. It's a garage sale. The stuff you have there, you're trying to get rid of, unless you're one of those garage sales where you do it every year and you're replenishing it and you're doing it to actually make money. The prices were, even if at both these sales, even at half off, I wouldn't have bought a single thing. So at that point, I'm not even gonna try to negotiate, because you're gonna think I'm ridiculous when I offer you 20% of what you got on it. And I don't want to have those conversations where I got to be like, okay, well, yeah. When I left the second one where that happened, the gentleman sitting there even said, hey, you know, help me out. I'm trying to get my garage back, you know, like saying like maybe his wife had filled his garage with garage sale stuff. And I was like, oh yeah, I wish I could help you. I wish I could help you. If I walk away from you, if I walk away from your garage sale with nothing, you either have literally nothing or your prices are way too expensive. My goal is to get something. I don't want to go to a garage sale and get nothing. Then I'm losing money because I've had to drive there, wasted my time, wasted my gas, wasted my effort, energy, all those things. I want to leave with something. And actually, as he said that, I'm like, all right, I'd really like to get something. The second one I've been to with nothing. And this was the only thing there that wasn't extremely overpriced. And it's a bunch of wall covers, wall plates. They are used. And most of these are just for my own personal house. But then a lot of these are ceramic. So I'll make lots of these. I might just put them all in a lot because oddly enough, last week I also got some new ceramic ones, so maybe I'll make one big lot, maybe I'll do them by type, I don't know, but there's some profits there. Also at this sale I got, I don't know, 50, somewhere in that range, magazines. Some were bird watching magazines and some were woodworking magazines. Those were free. I'll put those in lots. I'll get some amount of money above free. And then the two I went to today, again, I want to buy something. If I get to the end of the sale and I'm like, questioning it, I'll usually buy the thing where I was like on the border because I still want to make some amount of money. But no, the one of them, there was absolutely nothing to get. And at the other one, they had a lot of new stuff. Like if I had needed shampoo or toothpaste, it was like 50 cents. I would have definitely got that. But I got this Echo Dot and I looked it up. Used, this sells for about 20 plus ship. And so I was like, okay, I guess, you know, this is a barcode and a couple photos and sell-through rate was really good. And then I opened it and it's new. That actually is great for $5. I think it was 35 plus ship if it was new, somewhere in that range. And that's probably fine for me. I've only got 6 orders going out today, and up until 15 minutes ago, because 3 of them came in very fast, I had 3 orders going out. But even with only the 3, one of them's really good, so it was still going to be an okay sales day. I'm trying to rush. I was actually happy to only have 3. I might pack up the 3 that have to go out today and leave the others till tomorrow, or pack them up when I get back. Jen gets home around 3:15, and I think I can make it to 2 or 3 sales this evening before they shut down for the day. So I want to get this done so I can take off as soon as she gets home. That's not going to happen because that'll be in 5 minutes. All right, so let's go ahead and pull some orders, see how much I can get done. First thing going out, B3A is vintage zigzag scissors, which is not the brand. It's like the type. I don't remember what the brand said offhand. Ooh, that was a terrible noise. But they have like cutters. They cut in a zigzag pattern. They have cutters. Geez, they're scissors, Drew. Of course they have cutters. $10.99. I got a glare going here. $10.99 free shipping. It's the same lights I always use. Why do I got a glare today? And then I do have, how many was it? 1, 2, 3, 4 TCG player orders going out for around $35 in profit. And I have one more that came in. I haven't even looked at it. I'll deal with that later tonight. But speaking of cards, let me go ahead and grab it real quick. It's going to be hard to pick up on camera because it's very shiny. But it is a Panini Legion of Boom Panini Prism. It's, you know, Seahawks epic defense they had there for a minute. Richard Sherman. Who else is that? That's, I don't know. But either way, that card right there, it's a pretty good one. I think I sent out an offer, $21.99. I have it as free shipping. I don't know why. It should be set up as eBay standard envelope. Whatever, probably my error. And what I'll do for anybody, because I'll have to remind myself that I do have a lot of new subscribers, so things have said before might be worth repeating. So I'll have to remind myself of that. What I'll do is I will put it in a ship shield, which these things are actually pretty great. They're cheaper than top loaders. I do not regret my purchase there. And then I'll put them in a team bag, which is a resealable little plastic bag. They're in here. I don't want to pull one out right now, but then I will just throw it in a plain white envelope. Nothing else. If it's a single card, I just put it in the envelope, but I do use these security envelopes so that people can't see that there's a card in there. I feel like that could be a tempting item if you notice that it's just an individual card. I think that's a possibility. Also pretty easy to steal. Just that's my thought on that one. $21.99 free shipping though, that's great. All right, so I figured out why the card had free shipping on it, and shame on me. It's because some of you probably noticed, eBay standard envelope only goes up to, it's such a habit now. I went to shut this door that's not even open. eBay standard envelope is only up to $20. So above $20, I had to do first class. And One Foot Flipper had mentioned this to me before that, of course, at a certain point, you shouldn't try to get that extra money because the difference in shipping makes it worth less, which is exactly how this one worked out because the card was, I don't know, $21, $21.99. You take the $3.40 plus the fees that get added to that additional shipping charge. I end up making less money than if I would have charged them less money. If I would have charged $19.99 with eBay standard envelope instead of the $21.99 or whatever it was, plus free first class shipping, or if I had baked that, because I bake it in or whatever, because if you charge shipping, the price of the item would have been less, blah, blah, blah. I would have made more money if I sold it for less money. It's hard to get your head around, but now that it's happened, I'm like, oh yeah, duh. I meant to go back and double check my cards. There's very few to look through. Probably that's the only one I would have had to change it on. And so that is a life lesson. So be aware of that if you do sell individual cards, that sometimes charging less than it's worth will actually make you more money. Weird. And then next up, here's the good one. Oh, it's actually on a shelf. Okay, C3 is a Air Jordan Columbia White. C123. These are vintage Jordans. These are not repops or remakes or what do they call them? Retros. These are original from, I don't know, 1998 or something. Some craziness like that. Those are not it. It's this other shoebox on C3, which is also not here. All right, Drew, did you move them? Ah, yes, I did. Sometimes I move stuff freely without changing it in the system. Do not do that. As far as the shoes, not that big of a deal, but still not really worth the risk of losing something or misplacing it or having to go through the trouble of grabbing it twice. But you'll see the box, very old and beat up. But here we go. Look at these beauts. Bingo, bango, driving a Durango. I'm telling you, Blackbeard, this is the last time you're on camera. Get out of my garage. Quit harassing me. I swear I feed him. I swear. He just doesn't believe it. And then he leaves my door open. But for those, $250 plus technically free shipping, because now with authenticated shoes, eBay pays for the shipping, which is, I'll deal with that later, which is good and bad. It's good because it makes it cheaper for the buyer, because they were having to pay shipping to authentication, then from authentication, I think. And so they were getting double hit. And then also with the free eBay shipping, the size of the box can be giant. You can put it in a Walmart small or a Home Depot small box. And it can be, I think it's 30 pounds is the max. So it makes the shipping seamless, very easy. But I used to make some money on the shipping. That's the thing. You get an eBay discount. I don't pass that eBay discount along, and I make some money off the shipping that usually covers packing material, time, effort, the shipping and handling. That's what that turns into. It's got its ups and its downs, but overall, I think it's good. But that was at one point, the highest priced item in my store at, I don't know, $3.99 plus ship, $3.49 plus ship, somewhere in that range. When I bought all of the shoes, I had bought a 80 pair Jordans shoe collection. They were all the exact same size, which gave me high confidence that there was no hinkiness, no issues. Because if they'd been all over the place, I'd be like, okay, well, did you get these off the back of a truck? But they were all the same size. So then I assume personal collection. It made the buy a little easier to accept. Took away some of the things you should worry about when buying expensive shoes. But the shoe market, since I bought them, has, like every other market, completely collapsed. Because no longer are people buying, well, at least not to the degree they were. People aren't buying Jordans as speculative assets. They're not buying them as investments as much as they were, where the prices were just going up and up. You could buy them today, sell them a week later for a profit. That's gone. That doesn't exist anymore. So I went back when an offer came in and I repriced them with the current market, and I said $250, I'm taking it, because I paid around $22.50 a pair for the shoes. So what is that, a 1,000% return on investment? I'm taking that all day, every day. And then next up, let's get back to reality. A4 is a lot of Jose Canseco cards right here. And this is a larger lot, but with the lots of cards I made, these are all junk wax era, worthless cards. You know, not a chance you'd sell any of those individually. They're all 5-cent, 10-cent, maybe 25-cent cards. I just had a lot of bulk to do away with. So what I did is I made lots of the exact same player, and I would price them, you know, to market, but then I would take the market price and then I would have them be free shipping. So it's still below market. Then I also would accept any offer that comes in, because the point is to just get rid of them and recoup any money. When I buy a collection, I want to take the 10% out of it, the 5% out of it, sometimes the 1% out of that collection that's actually worth doing something with, and the rest of it I'm just trying to unload. I had at one point sold medium flat rate boxes of bulk, like $24.99 free shipping or something like that. You're making maybe $5 on the whole deal, but it's just to get rid of them. It's just to make some money and then not have to throw them away, I guess. So $12 free shipping. I had it priced $19.99 free shipping. We actually did go back and forth, because I think they offered me $5 at first, and I settled on $12 and said, okay, but the rule is just trying to make some money on them. The time to dollars does not add up. Don't do it. I'm not saying to do this. Don't go out and buy cards to do this. For me, once I have the collections, I gotta recoup the rest of that money somewhere. I gotta move them along somehow. And during the winter, I end up with a lot of spare time. So that's how that goes. Next up, B3D8 is a vintage clock key. And I'm not gonna bring the whole container. I think I can figure it out from here. B3D8 is this one right here. This is an item that I listed it because I had it. I would never go out and buy one of these unless you find them in maybe a big bulk lot. But $7.99 free shipping. This was basically free. Came in a Mikhail mystery box. So, you know, per item, I always say it's less than $1, but usually when I actually break it down per item, it's pennies per item. But still, $7.99 free shipping. That's not even worth the time it takes to take the pictures. I listed it at $9.99 and basically was just, okay, I've already looked it up. Let me take the pictures. But here's me telling you, don't do that. This item, pass. Unless you find one that is specific to a specific clock, and that clock happens to be specifically expensive. $7.99 free shipping. I'll still make, I don't know, maybe 50 cents or something, but is that worth your time? Is that worth your effort? No. And then last thing going out is a game, ATV2. This is the first time I've pulled something now that I've switched over to this shelf. Oh, and I have 2 of them. So great. Let's get rid of one. I'll grab both just in case one's complete and one's not, but I assume they are both complete. And for that game, full asking price, $10.99 free shipping. And this type of item is when promoted listing matters. Because there's probably 100 of this game, exact same game, complete, listed, for cheap. There's probably some that are even cheaper than the one I sold, but because of promoted listing, it gets bumped up. And actually, I see from the pictures, that's what I was checking right there. I would have cut that part out so you wouldn't know anyways, but in the photo it says not for resale, and this one says nothing right there. And what that means, not for resale, is that it was in a bundle. Like you bought a PlayStation 2, I had to look which kind of game it was, and in that PlayStation 2, the game came with it. That's usually what that means. So overall, dollars to effort on my packing I'll have to do today, great. Really great. If those shoes hadn't sold, this would have been a horrendous sales day. But it is what it is. I'm sure I've mentioned it by now, but what I've settled on is I'm doing 5% promoted on the whole store. And then I'm only running sales now, this is very outside the norm for me. I used to always continuously have a sale running. But right now, I'm only running sales on the weekends, Friday through Sunday. That's it. When the end of summer comes around and the shopping season starts picking back up, I will then reassess. But for now, that's how I'm running it. And I think it's going to be okay. I think this is just an anomaly. It's coming up on a holiday weekend. That's not a great shopping time either. And summers are just hard. It is. For those of you that are newer to reselling, you're coming into a time where you'll see every videos talking about sales are down, this and that. And yes, eBay's having issues. eBay's having a lot of issues. Some of those could have been prevented, of course. But also, this is just the worst time of the year for sales, period. If you are new and you survive through this time, the good times are ahead. If you have been around for a while, you should have already been prepared for this slow time. It's like the slow time kicked in a lot earlier because eBay decided to do a bunch of stuff that caused a bunch of issues. Well, I'm going to keep it very short because, like I said, I want to go to garage sales. And you know what? If I end up finding something, you'll know. It'll be in this video because the video is fairly short, and then I won't have to do a whole new haul video just for the few items I probably find today. All right, so I'm back. I took my packages and tried to get to as many sales I could before. I was literally driving past sales where they were pulling the signs up so you wouldn't pull in their driveway because it was getting close, 5 o'clock, dinner time, all that kind of stuff. But a few of them I was able to stop at. First one, and I wish I would have had my camera with me doing this because I wear a chest piece, because I had a couple good conversations. It's not being full of myself, it's just being aware of who I am. I'm a great conversationalist. In a 3-minute window at one sale and a 5-minute window at a next sale, I can have a great conversation with 2 or 3 people. The people running the sale, somebody else just happens to be there shopping. It should be on camera most of the time. I don't know, it's just a skill I had. I think it's from working in sales my whole life. I don't know what it is. I can talk to a complete stranger and have one of the best conversations I've ever had in my life. I do it all the time. It's a skill I'm very, very happy to have. It's made situations that should in no way have been a really great time into really great times. So at that first sale, I got this D. Marini bat, this softball bat. This is a girl softball bat, a Cat Osterman. D. Marini is just a really good brand. It's not in fantastic shape. It'll have to be re-gripped, and it's pretty beat up. So it was $2. I said, yeah, I'll give it a shot. I looked it up when I got home. It's about a $25 bat. So amazing? No. Profits? Yes. At that same sale, I picked up these 2, probably antique, but let's just go with vintage so nobody gets offended. Vintage doorknobs with the filigree on them. And I picked those up for my house because I have a 125 or so year old house, 120-year-old house. Don't know. Over a 100-year-old house. And all my doorknobs are the old, ceramic or whatever they made them out of. I don't know. But the old style knobs. And I grabbed these 2 just to put on maybe the master bedroom, just because they look really cool. And they said, oh yeah, those are brass. You could shine those up. And I'll look them up just in case. Because, if they're worth crazy money, I'll of course sell them. I don't need fancy doorknobs. They just will go really good with some of my doors have really fancy hinges. So, back when they used to care about how things were made and what they looked like. But I got those for the house, paid $1 a piece for those. And then across the street was a sale where I got this belt buckle. And the sale where this was at, they have a Florida home and a Michigan home. And they go to Florida and they source and garage sale and all that kind of stuff. And that's kind of their hobby. And then they bring it all home with them. And then they have this sale every single year. It's usually heavy in the Pyrex department. And this is one of the conversations I had. I said, oh, it's looking a little thin in here. Normally it's packed to the gills with Pyrex. And she kind of leans in a little bit. She's like, yeah, he's getting old. They were both the same age, but she was passing the buck on to him. But it also made me a little sad because I've had many good conversations with that man. But their stuff's usually way too expensive for me because they know what they have. But I picked up this belt buckle for $4. It's a Native American in a canoe. Even if this is $19.99 free shipping, I'm still making a little bit. I love dealing with belt buckles, but it is vintage. It's from 1976, which, geez, that's almost antique at this point. From Indiana Metalcraft. So this could easily be $24.99. Either way, I like belt buckles. but also I could pay up a little bit on that because I got this, and by this, I mean, bam, these Servalier Tupperware lids for 25 cents a piece. So that is, she said, ooh, you got a good deal there. I said, that's a steal of the century. No joke. Because I will get $10.99 free shipping each. Maybe $9.99 free shipping each, but probably it could even be $11.99 free shipping each. I will make multiple dollars a piece on each one of those. Next, I went to an estate sale. It was mostly furniture, but there was a koozie that I got for 25 cents. It hangs around your neck. I think it's new because it looks like there's some plastic. Oh no, it's Velcro. But either way, I've said before, I build up lots of koozies, foam koozies, until I get a number that satisfies me. And right here, I have 9 of them. And 10 is just a nice round number. So that will be the 10th one. And now I can list that lot. And then, speaking of lots, VHS, I've said before, are something that I'm picky on, but in lots of certain VHS, I will sell. I will pick them up as I find them, wait till I have enough for a large enough lot, and then sell them. And one of those is Mary Kate and Ashley VHS. For this entire stack, which I only saw like 3 or 4, and then she dug through the box and she's like, oh no, I have like all of them. And she dug through and found a bunch more. For this entire stack, $1. Not $1 a piece, $1. Low risk, high return on investment. And you're not getting rich off of it. But let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This could be $24.99 plus shipping. I would make it $29.99 free shipping because I would bake the media mail shipping in. But for people that do shipping, $24.99 plus shipping. That's from $1 to $24.99. That's amazing. That's why things like this I do mess with, but I'm very picky, very selective. I've tried doing lots of just Disney clamshells. There's so many. It's so competitive. I do think, though, that I have a lot of those listed right now. I do not. So the last one actually sold. So that's perfect. Perfect. I don't want to have multiple lots. I don't want to have to pull the one down and remix it to make it better. I don't want to do that. So the other one's gone. This will be the next one. That's awesome. And then at that sale, they were wanting to get rid of their stuff. I got these really cute Converse Dinoverse Converse All-Stars. Look, they got fossil style footprints on the bottoms. These don't even look like they were worn. Well, yeah, I guess they're dingy on the outside, but I don't know. The bottoms look pretty good. That'll be a toss-up. Neither one of my older ones, those will fit. But that might be a put them to the side till Thea gets a little older. Those are just so cute. Who knows? These could be $24.99, $29.99, something like that. But that was $1, so that's a great deal. At that sale, I also picked up this, which was one of my favorite books as a child. And so I saw all the memories come back and stuff like that. And I said, okay, I have to have this. I'm going to show it to the kids. They might not like it at all, but I loved this book. It was the artwork. I don't know if I ever even read it. Let me just flip through. But it was like these creatures of some kind, and they would try to save animals and blah, blah, blah. As you can tell by Barb Papa's Ark, as in like Noah's Ark type of thing. But I loved this book. I probably looked through it 1,000 times as a child. And look, he turns into a tub. Anybody else read this book? Remember this book from being a kid? Or is that just me? I assume somebody else, since I found it at somebody else's house. And then next door to that sale, there was another sale, and I got this pair of New Balance. Let's see, what are these? A 1540 V3 roll bar. That's a weird name for a shoe. Piece of tech that's in the shoe. But either way, I got those for $3. That's gonna be profits. I have no idea. New Balance is a good shoe to sell. And then I grabbed at the same sale for $1 a Grab It bowl, which I held it up and I said, how much for your Grab It? And they looked at me like I was a crazy person. I said, your bowl. They're like, oh, is that what it's called? I said, yeah. Like, that's actually a bad name, because if you put hot stuff in this or put it in the oven, it's going to be hot. You shouldn't grab it. Corningware are setting themselves out for a lawsuit. As you can tell, I'm a little jazzed up because I'm running. I need to take a breath, calm down, have some water, eat some dinner, that kind of thing. I will actually be going out tomorrow. I think I'm going to go one town over and then work my way back, since I hit some yesterday in town, some today in town, and then actually on the way to the other town, there's a couple on the way. So I think that's how I'm going to do it. So wish me luck. Well, that's going to be all for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Subscribe, share, and be good to each other. Just really neat. Hey, Pete. Do they ever really fix things? I have no idea what this is. What do I care? Let's go. I'm good at this.